So, can I proclaim that I'm a demigod? I may. But according to Jews and Christians, you may not be a god. Well, in the traditions of the past, there were many gods and goddesses, and traditions of them. Heroi, Agathos Daimones, Angeli Bonum, and so on and so on. So, there is a conflict with Judeo-Christian belief systems that are very difficult to break, and none of us, above and below, want to break this conflict. Why? Because they can believe the deluded crap. Let them. Now, some of us are on the path of disembodying themselves while becoming gods, amongst pluralities of gods and goddesses. Now, am I a little deluded man? We shall see after I drop my flesh. With all the battles and combat and heroic strife that I coined out of my life, and seeing the gods and goddesses on high and the great wings of Egypt and Babylon, oh well. So, akin to gods, akin to the serpent dragon god. Now, what Judeo-Christianity believes in this solitary castrated god and the Jew boy on the cross, means nothing to me. Truth belongs to heavens, not to some deluded Jew of the Levant, crucified as a testimony that he was a lying bitch of the Jews. Now, the world is much taken by this Judean virus, the DNA remnant of this mythm in secularized forms, in economic forms, philosophical forms, in the, let's say, world order of a sort. Now, some of us bypass this whole Judean imperative of theirs and reach the gods. Well, they say, as above, so below. Well, the Judeo-Christian wedged a wedge of lies in between the above, the universe on high, the gods, the goddesses, the divine realms, and wedged a wedge of lies in the minds, souls, and hearts of the people. That means that when they say above, they mean their Jewish God. When they say above, they mean their Trinity bullshit shies. When they mean above, they mean whatever we tell you. When they mean above, they stand as spokespersons for their Jewish God. Now, I don't speak for my gods because I'm not entitled to, with enough crowns upon my head bestowed and imperial wreaths of laurels that I felt on my head. Now, you may see that all this works in the background, ignoring the Jew and the Christian. How come? Well, the toil of the universe and cosmos is relentless, despite a bunch of Jewish Christian monkeys swarming with their delusions to a crucified freak, a liar of the cross. Now, they may flock to their popes and cardinals. They have centuries to smother the earth with their Jewish lies. Now, do I personally care? No, because salvific idea like Hecate Soteria or Isis, Heros Soteria, is my personal work and labor, like a Herculean laborist among the zodiacal 12 gods of Greece and Rome. So, is it the idea of trying to inspire others? Perhaps. Is it the idea to convince them to something? No, that's the case of Judeo-Christian converters. They like to use the word conversion as if you would be in the wrong and they want to convert you to their Jewish bullshit on the cross. Well, I'm inconvertible because I found my way, I'm realized in this, and in my heathen, meaning non-Abrahamic, that is Sumero-Egyptian, Buddho, Hindi Buddhist, Dharmic truths, the Greco-Roman ways, the Egyptian ways, and so on. Eclectic, but I researched it well. Effect, well, they were delivered by the metaphysical forces upon my head like Hellenic sacraments. Do I need proof? I don't. I received proof of the true gods and goddesses casting the Judeo-Christian shies away. Do they fight for supremacy over my mind and heart? They cannot admit that I am right and realize because the Judeo-Christian religion would be proven as one big fucking lie. So we have a political religious recurs here that the whole systemic lie built by Judeo-Christians inbuilt into this system would be disproved. What would they do? Destroying their symbols, destroying their narrations, destroying their lies. Well, I'm not particularly keen on biting my dragon teeth and claws on this monolith of lies. What I may say that the most important thing that I realized is individual liberation after casting the Jewish shies away. Meet the gods halfway, and they'll release you, helping you bypass the Judeo-Christian lies, the godling, the crucified lying Jew, and all the avatars and followers of that pig. Why? Because it's effective. Is it difficult? Very difficult. You need to unprogram yourself from the Judeo-Christian bullshit. You need to unshitify your mind. And once you're unshitified and cast this Jew-Christian pig shit to the bin, then the journey begins. And I had 28 years of my pagan paths, heathen paths with the gods above, harassed by Judeo-Christian forces in the West and their political religious mambo-jumbo. Because if they would admit that I am right, the whole citadel, their fortress of lies, their towers of pigs fall to the ground and into hells. So, I decided not to fight with those pigs, but to ignore them, like Macrobius writing Saturnalia. And therefore, I follow my hidden, noble paths in order to redeify myself with the gods, to join the procession of gods. Is it simple? No, it never was. Perhaps in the past, before the Jewish invaders took the world by this piggish nonsense of the crucified idiot. Oh well. It is very difficult in the modern times. You need to apply philosophy, theology of the heathens, philosophy of the great masters of the times past, to rebridge it, a bit of like a Platonic Hegelian heathen in the modern days. A practicing theurgist, a bit like Iamblichus or Sosipatra in the modern days, while being well educated in the social strict sciences, in all the IT tech business, in the modern philosophies, in order to navigate the modern world properly. So said. But if we isolate this metaphysical strand of this Judean virus, you are going nowhere. And that's your problem. It's not my issue. So, Pater Liber, Mater Victoria, and go to hell, pigs! Hail.